I always thought of him as a friend, and I liked him as a person, but I thought he was the last person I'd ever end up dating. Honest to God, right?
Well,
no,
yeah,
not in a
true.
bad way. I'm just saying, not in a bad way. And then we didn't talk for a while. He called me out of the blue one day, and we met out as like with friends with friends type of thing. Wasn't even a date.
We had a lot of mutual friends, so it worked out very well.
Yeah.
We just kind of hung out and just talked on the phone. And then we went out, actually, first date actually was downtown Chicago. At the what was it?
At
I don't know.
Joe's.
Yeah, Joe's Steakhouse and Seafood was our actual first date.
First real date.
Real date.
So, but anyway, getting back to that, yeah, we started off as friends, and it grew into something else, something better.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there you go. And that was 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
That when we started dating.
Our engagement was July 17th, 2016.
No, it wasn't.
What date was it?
It was July 3rd.
July 3rd, that's right. It was the day before 4th of July. But no, what I did is I called her whole family up and I said that we're going to go up to Lake Geneva just to go up there for the 4th of July. And she had no idea that I was going to propose to her. And maybe a little bit. Maybe somebody spilt the beans, but they still.
No, I just had a feeling of something was going on.
Something was going on. So what we did was we all stayed at the Abbey down in Lake Geneva. And her mother, my sister, her father, her other sister, her brother-in-law, the kids, and everybody was there. And so we all went out to Anthony's Steakhouse for dinner. And we had this nice room put together. And then I proposed to her on that day, got on my knee, and asked her to marry me. And then from there on out, we really enjoy going up to Lake Geneva. And, that's where we had our wedding also, so it worked out well, and everybody was happy, and it was a nice 4th of July weekend, so everybody was off, and so I was very nervous. Her daughter was very nervous with everything, and so yeah, it was exciting, very exciting.
You're getting emotional, I could tell.
You think so?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he tried his best to make it like a big surprise, and he wanted both of our families to be there. I was the kind of person that I was like more like I want to be by myself, but he wanted to do it.
Yeah, she wanted to be by herself.
So I was all like, ah! But it was nice.
Yeah, it was nice, very nice.
I found out about Service Ministries through the net.
It was all her doing.
Yeah, I was looking for, that was the next on my list to look through a minister. My point was to find somebody, because we weren't getting married in a church, but I still wanted a traditional type of service if I could get one. And so the reason why I picked Service Ministries was because of the great reviews. So that was one of the ways I found Service Ministries, and then reading the great reviews, and then going on the website and learning about, Reverend Fry and his background and the things that, different things he can do with the ceremonies was of great interest to me. So, and then after meeting Reverend Fry and Amy, and just giving us all the different options that he had available for types of ceremonies that we wanted, I mean, it was a no-brainer to have Service Ministries do our wedding, because it was everything that we wanted. We
knew right then and there that we were going to choose Reverend Fry. Right when we met him, we felt very comfortable.
Yeah.
Very relaxed, and just went through everything thoroughly with what his services are. So that really made us feel comfortable about using his services.
Yeah. And the simplicity of it all too. So that's all that in combination is the reason why we chose Reverend Fry and Service Ministries. Reverend Fry made the process very easy. I picked the worship service type of ceremony. I was able to add communion in there, which was great, and talk about, there was a piece in there about, I wanted to see if Reverend Fry could talk about something having to do with friendship, and how our friendship had turned into something else and something better and something bigger, and also about how friendship can sustain a lasting marriage, and something special that we have. So Reverend Fry had incorporated that into the worship ceremony, which had your basic list of parts of how the ceremony would go. But when he put that in and I read it, I believe I read it like 2 nights before my wedding, but I thought it was absolutely amazing and great. Just perfect for what we were looking for. So I was really happy with that and very excited too. And a lot of my friends after the ceremony had said how much they liked the ceremony, just because of the fact that it represented us as well as the worship part, and how just him and I were intimately able to share communion. And it just all, for me, because our ceremony was outside in front of a lake and not in a church, it still gave us the feel of being in a church with our friends and family. And yeah, it was great. Actually, this is my favorite part. Outside of the heat.
The heat was on.
Outside of being 100 degrees.
When Reverend Fry showed up, he was very well prepared. He knew exactly what he was doing. From start to finish, it was just very, very well prepared, like he knew what he was doing. And I was very, very impressed with it, considering everything before he showed up. Well, you weren't down there, but with the lights, he was setting up the lights. Hopefully the band showed up half hour, 40 minutes before the wedding started. And
they screwed up all the music for the walk down the aisle. It was all wrong.
I understand all that, but when Reverend Fry showed up, he was prepared. He knew his time, and he had everything set up. He arranged everything outside, and told me kind of like, okay, stand here, face here, do this. Anthony, my little brother, her daughter Marissa. So yeah, it was great to see him. It was like an angel came inside and helped us all.
Help relax.
Really,
the situation.
You don't understand. I was sweating, and I was like stressed out. So it worked out. Excellent.
Yeah, for sure. Again, the reason why it was one of the best parts of the wedding.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was relieved because I saw Amy before you.
Yeah.
When I came downstairs and I was trying to hide from him seeing me. I don't know why I was doing that, but I didn't want him to see me, before I walked down the aisle, which is crazy when you think about it. But nobody does traditional stuff anymore. But anyway, I felt like a sense of relief when I saw Amy, because I knew she was kind of like directing things and like I knew that everything was in order and prepared and all of that. I didn't see what was going on prior to that. But definitely, like, even when we met, Amy had said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Don't worry about this. This is what so it just
it's my job. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
It all makes for a very easy process. Makes it simple, Simon. It's just one less thing that you really have to worry about. I mean, basically the only thing you have to worry about with Service Ministries is you get so many options of choices of what you want to do with your vows and your exchange of rings and the type of ceremony, and basically they take care of the rest, which is great. A lot of my good friends and our parents loved the ceremony. Because like each mom did a reading, we had our communion, the talk about the friendship, like everybody had mentioned all of that and how the ceremony really represented us. I mean, my one girlfriend, she was the one that was really like, I can't believe like your ceremony was absolutely perfect. Like, because it was 100 degrees outside the ceremony. So it's really hard for people to like, when they're sweating to death and uncomfortable, they just kind of want a ceremony to be over. And it wasn't like that. Like Frank was saying, it just, people weren't really thinking about that. They definitely felt like it was a great ceremony. It wasn't super short. It wasn't overly long. It was perfect timing, but it really truly represented us and had the religious and romantic parts of it that we wanted, and people noticed that, which is, I really appreciated that feedback.
Yeah, it was a nice time.
Yeah.
Really nice time.
It was a good ceremony.
Very, very good ceremony.
For sure.
Besides the 100 degrees.
I'm glad that we chose Service Ministries. Reverend Fry was absolutely the best. I'm sure everybody has their wedding stories. So, I mean, there's a few vendors that I was disappointed in my wedding, but I have to say Reverend Fry was
And Amy also.
And Amy. They were
a great team.
Oh, for sure. Excellent
so?
team.
Yeah.
Excellent team. Excellent team.
Excellent. Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Really, I mean, I couldn't have been more happier with my choice. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, just the value of it.
I think it's the most important thing of your whole wedding. I mean, it's your vows. It's what you give to each other, and
it was totally above and beyond. It was really, really nice, and I mean, we are just really grateful because, again, the feedback and making it the ceremony memorable, especially the guests that they, had feedback, which I think it was great. So we're very happy.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, and they got the job done. We're married, so that's all that is.
I'll tell you a quick story. So we're at Joe's. Let's go back to Joe's. So I says, Michelle.
When? Recent?
Yeah. Let me talk. Let me talk.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know which one you're talking about.
So we're at Joe's, right? And so I'm in the bathroom. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool. The napkins are really cool because it says Joe's Steakhouse and Seafood and real nice napkins. So I stuck a couple in my pocket. I walked back.
The ones in the bathroom.
Yeah, the one.
Nice ones.
I know, I just said that. The ones in the bathroom. So I walked downstairs and I was sitting down. I said, Michelle, check out these nice napkins. It's good memorabilia piece for us because this is where our first date was. She goes, are you kidding me? She goes, I have napkins in my purse that I took out of the restroom. So it's like two great minds think the same. And, it's just meant to be. Cut.
Cut, that's it.